But yeah, so how's the body feeling now since you've returned home?
Oh, I could be honest with you, it was mentally and physically draining.
I can
I've
imagine.
never came across a punishment in like that in my life.
Really?
The reason why is because when I got over there, it got so real, and
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep. It was on my mind. I was pacing the hallway. Oh, and then I was told I was supposed to be on the platform on Wednesday at 10 o'clock in the morning, and
Okay.
I didn't start lifting that until 9:30 at night. My first lift, so I was just a bag of nerves and everything. And then my last lift was at 20 to 4 in the morning, and then I had to stay around for the presentation, and then I had to go back in again on Thursday to do the bench in the world. And at that stage, I was hallucinating and everything. I was just so tired and everything, man. It was just crazy.
Okay. So you were lifting at 20 to 4 in the morning.
That was my
Really?
last lift. I lifted. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. And I was
Jesus.
just, I was like a zombie at 24. Oh, see, what happened was
Oh,
on Wednesday there was 160 lifters,
okay.
and a lot of them were flying home that morning at 5 a.m. So we
Okay.
couldn't cancel because, so we had to go ahead with everything. So it was because on Monday was equipped, the suits and all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
there was only 29 lifters, and then Raw was on Tuesday, and there was 90 lifters, and that kind of ran late. But then when it came to our category, there was 160 lifters. Like that was
Oh my
some amount of
gosh.
lifters. Like,
Jesus. So you beat
yeah,
out
yeah.
160 big, strong fellas.
Well, yeah, but they were all in different categories. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
with a
Yeah.
load of in, yeah. So yeah, it was, and even just when I was there looking around the place, look at these guys. These guys are professionals, man. These were
Yeah.
every muscle part in their body was designed for lifting because they were just like fine tuned down to
Yeah.
perf- perfection. Like they were just perfection. Some of these guys, they were just professional, and they were so nice, so everything. They came over talking to me. Like most of them were at the first day, they were just looking.
Yeah.
And in the second day, I was getting friend requests on Facebook, and then
Very good.
they were coming over asking me what category you in, and I say I'm in the 125 category, Master One. And they were like, "Oh, thank God, thank God."
Yeah. Oh God.
No,
Yeah. Jesus. And
so
it's
yeah, it was.
sorry, yeah, go on.
No, it was really nice. I'm honest to
Yeah.
God, I couldn't say it between the start and the finish. It was only that my nerves were with the sleep. It was like it's not normal, but we're all human beings at the end of the day.
Of
You're
course,
stepping
yeah.
into the biggest competition in the world. Like it's only my only ever second competition. I'm 11 months in powerlifting, and I'm on the world stage with these guys who've trained all their lives. So
Yeah.
it was mind blowing,
Beast epic.
mind blowing.
And I was
Yeah, because
doing sorry, no, go on.
yeah,
Keep going.
no,
It's all good stuff.
even in my even in the hotel, when I was sitting in the hotel, and next
Yeah.
thing the Italians, right, the Italian fellas, they stayed in our
Oh,
hotel, and I was looking, I'm going, oh my God, these fellas
yeah.
were tracksuits, they were protein shakes, they had their bags of food, bags,
Yeah.
and I was just sitting eating a cheeseburger, looking, I'm going, oh
Yeah.
my God.
And would the Italians be considered like a powerlifting kind of stronghold? Like are the Italians always the
Yeah,
ones to beat or
yeah, the Italians, you had Americans that won it
of
there
course.
2 years ago. They won the worlds. The guy from America, he won the worlds in my category. He was next Olympian. He was in the Olympics.
Right.
And then you had who else was there? Listen, they were all unbelievable athletes, every one of them. And
Yeah.
after a while, they are friendly. They're nice. Even when I was putting down my bag alongside when he moved, like there was no.
Yes, yeah.
Everyone was just genuine. They were genuinely nice. Honest God, I enjoyed it.
Sound. Sound.
Even on my list, my last night, on the Thursday evening when I won the biggest bench in the world, I had to stay around and collect my medal as well. And
Yeah.
when I was going up on the podium, you could hear all the Italians and the French and all going
Yeah.
Team Foley, Team Foley. They were all
Very
cheering me on.
good.
It was
That's brilliant.
amazing. I really enjoyed it.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. It sounds like you've enough stories now to keep you going for the rest of your life. Just when you dropped in there,
Ah,
like, oh, when I won the bench press there with the world champions, you can drop that into any conversation
yeah.
and people will love it. But God, yeah. And I was doing a bit of research, obviously over the past since I saw you since I saw you get the medals anyway on your social media. I was straight away looking at kind of because there's really boring. A lot of people find it boring, but you kind of can go through like databases of like results and numbers and stuff for every sport.
Yeah.
And I was looking for that one anyway for the WPC, and either they were in Portuguese or they were in. It was just so hard to make it out. So I just wanted to ask you, like, could you, if you were explaining to like a 10-year-old what the competition was and how it worked, you know, how would you do it?
So basically is powerlifting is your biggest muscle point. So basically it is your legs, your back, and your chest. So you start off, you have 3 attempts to get your name on the board on squat, and it starts off in a squat, okay? So basically what you do is go for a light number, you're supposed to, and then if you get onto the board with a proper squat, you can, with the other 2 then you have a chance to get a bigger number. So if you're training all along and your max at the gym is 100 kilo squat, you do a 90 kilo squat just to get your name on the board. And after that, then you can go to your 100 and then try 105. And that's a number then you'll get on the board, is the 105 is the highest number you get, is the one that'll stay on the board. And then you go to your bench and you do the same thing there. And if you get a number there, that's added onto your squat. And then you go to your deadlift. And if you get a good number in your deadlift, the 3 numbers then will be added together, and another person will have to beat those total numbers to beat you. He might have a better squat than you, but his bench and deadlift could be poor, and you could catch him in that, you know. So you have to be good in all 3 to win it. Or else, you know, someone can catch you and beat you. Say if his legs were stronger than me and he squatted 310 kilos and I squatted to 270, which I did. His bench, he could only bench 150, I've benched 190. So I've 40 kilos to take off of his number that he did in my squat. And then it could be down to the deadlift then, you know.
Yeah. And what was your number then? What was your overall number?
270 for the squat, 190 for the bench, and 310 for the deadlift. What's that?
190.
I haven't even.
That's incredible. Oh my God. I'll Google, or I'll calculate it here. So you said 270 plus.
Yeah, it's about 770 kilos, something like that. That's why I lifted.
770, yeah. So
I beat my Irish records there. Yeah, that's what I went over to do. My Irish record was 745, so I did what I.
You clattered it so.
Yeah,
that's mad. Jeez, that's incredible. At 700. So I'll write that down here.
Yeah, in 3 lifts.
But geez, that's
it was so close. It was so close that I was not going to make it to the Worlds. Like,
really?
Do you remember last time I was talking to you? I just started my program. Do you remember I told you I had 8 weeks of a program to get into?
Yeah.
3 weeks into it, I got salmonella poisoning.
Oh God! Oh no way.
So so my weight, I went from 125 kilos, which was my good weight. I wanted to get up to 128 kilos before I left Ireland, because then I have weight to cut when I get over there, which would be good because my body be full and strong.
Yeah.
But 3 weeks into the training session, I got salmonella poisoning, and I lost 17 pounds in 1 week. I went down to 116 kilos body weight, and
116.
And I lost 17 pounds weight. The doctor even said I should have gone into the hospital on a drip for a week.
But you didn't do it.
I said no.
You kept going.
I said I said I couldn't do it because I'm going to the world stage. I couldn't, because I have to keep tipping away, even if there's small weights or light weights. I have to keep the muscle memory going. I have to keep it going. I wanted to get to the worlds, and even 2 weeks out of the worlds, I failed a 160 bench. I failed it, and I really thought I was gone at that stage. I really thought I wasn't coming back. And then 2 days later, I went in for the squats, and boom, 270 kilo squat I did for 3, and I was like, yeah, I can do this. I can get back on track. And I had only 2 weeks to get back on track.
God.
And then I went to the Worlds, and I did a 190 kilo bench, which beat my Irish record as well. I was delighted, absolutely delighted.
Oh my God. And what was
I did that at nearly 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, that amazes me how it ran on so late. And just instead of keeping you there for like 2-3 weeks or whatever, you know, they were just like, oh, we'll do it in the middle of the night. Who cares? But God, that's incredible. And those numbers as well are phenomenal. I have them here beside me now just to make sure I'm not getting them wrong. But that's incredible. And I didn't realize it was an accumulation of all three numbers as well, from your bench, like your bench, your squat, and your deadlift.
Yeah.
And because you can't just pick.
Yeah. So that part you can't
I thought you could pick one and just stick to one, but no.
So that part is called powerlifting. No.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, I did all of those on Wednesday morning up to 20 to 4 in the morning, and I had to come back in Thursday. So no sleep, no nothing, adrenaline still going through my body, and get back into the bench. And I only benched twice. You're allowed 3 bench, and I was going to attempt the 200 kilo bench. But after 190, I said, Ray, my body's tired. Yeah. Let's just stay at 190, because the closest guy told me had failed 182.5 kilos. So I knew he wasn't going to jump up to 195 kilos, and he's just after failing 182. Yeah. So I said, if I go back out and hurt myself, that means my powerlifting career could be gone, or just sit back and see, can you get it more? And he didn't. So I know I was world champion in there again when I see him fail it again. So I was delighted.
That's phenomenal. And your 2 medals, so you won the 125 40 plus.
World powerlifting champ.
World powerlifting champ. How does that sound?
Yeah, 40 to 5. Yeah.
And
unbelievable. It's still saying I've kids coming to the door and they're like, my mammy told you you're a champion, and I had to show them the medals and everything, and then one of them goes, "Will you come into my school?" And
you'll have to do that next. Yeah, you'll have all those duties now, the going to schools and going to, I don't know, whatever else, but you'll be traipsed everywhere. But what was the next question I had?
I was asked to go to the hay. Yeah. No, I was asked to go to the Hayes' Christmas tree lights and turn them on with them and stuff. So I'll do that. I'll take.
Yeah, you have to soak it in
and stuff. You know,
you need to do those jobs too. I'd say those medals they'll be they'll be constantly around your neck, I'd say, for the next couple of weeks. But
so I've taken out to my family, you know, they wanted to see him too, my uncles and everything. They think it's quite amazing, you know.
It is
quite amazing story that I haven't even a year put down on it.
Yeah, and it's gas. Like, I mean, people have all their achievements. You know, everyone has their own kind of walk of life, but you know, to be so, from just hearing the numbers you were doing, to be so dominant in such a difficult sport is really something to marvel at. You know, but
yes, it is. Even the benching, you know, every part of it is technical. You have 3 judges watching you to make sure you don't move your bum, you don't come off sideways, or the bar is slanted.
Yeah,
3 judges, and boom. Like when I was doing my squat at 9:30, right?
Mm-hmm.
I failed my first 2 squats. I failed them, so I had only 1 squat left to get through. If I didn't get that squat, I was gone. And that's why I sent you the picture of me like that, the squat bar. The emotion that was running through my body at that stage. I had the team around tell me how to do this. I even had a guy from England who was a professional called me over and said, "Listen, keep your chest up, your head up, and you can do it." And I went out for the 3rd one, and I stood at the bar, and I could hear everyone cheering me on. And I just said to myself, I said, "Man, let's do this."
This bar is going up,
and I could hear the whole crowd going down, 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 down. I kept on going down, 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 and then when they all start cheering, I said, "I must be in," and boom, I came out of it.
Yeah.
Next to the 3 lights went green, and the tears was in my eyes. I'll be honest about it. I shedded a tear out the back of it. It was emotional. It was absolutely emotional.
Absolutely, yeah. Because there's a video on Facebook also of that lift.
Is that?
I think so. Yeah, I think I saw it on your Facebook.
Yeah.
And geez, you can just tell. Like, I could only imagine what it'd be like.
On Facebook,
Yeah, I could imagine what it was like to be in the room it would be just, I'd say, electric. But so the another basic question now I have for you is,
everyone was.
Sorry, no, go on. Sorry, there's a bit of a delay here, I think, but
yeah,
keep talking. Listen, you're the
yeah. This comes over. No, even when I got that squat in, the whole crowd was cheering, and when I went out to the side to go to the door, that was the English team there. One of them came over and fist pumped me, and the rest were saying congratulations. Well, it was such a friendly sport, man. Honest to God, I went out the back. I was tears. There was tears in my eyes. I'll be honest, and there was people slapping my back and coming over from every part of life. It wasn't just the Irish. You know what I'm saying? It was just it was so an amount of friend requests I've got even to this day from people in Egypt, Russia, France. They're all sending friend requests, lad. Every one of them. And some, I remember then, when that was the Wednesday, and the Thursday then I was waiting for my bench, and I was sitting down waiting because you have to wait each flights were over before I come out. I was waiting for the bench, and a fella came over, no English, no nothing. Got out his phone, started typing away on his phone, and actually he handed me his phone. He was a translator, so he could do his language. And that's how he wanted to talk to me, was through his phone. He was just absolutely mind blowing, So I talked way back to his handing his phone.
That's gas, yeah. That's good. That's a great example of how welcoming the sport is. Because I say to a lot of people, they think like, oh geez, no, it must be just big strong fellas like all trying to kill each other. But it's good to hear that it's very welcoming.
Yeah, it isn't.
Yeah, brilliant.
Even I've got messages.
Got messages from. Sorry, no.
Oh! Since I came home, I got messages from everyone all around the world saying, "Can't wait to see you again, big guy." It's all really nice. Even one guy put up underneath it, and he won a world championship as well, and he put down on my Facebook. He's actually on my Facebook. He said, "Lad, you are the real world champ." You know what I mean? People that say that who's actually champion already.
Oh, right, yeah. But you are. Nice. Listen, you have
he's
the
a champion as well in his category. Yeah. It's nice. It's so nice, man. It's
very good. And
when we were talking together, I was saying the top 5 in the world.
Yeah, I know. You're number 1 now, aren't you? You're in your division, but sure, you're still
number
the medals. But
I still have the medals.
Another question I have for you, just for people who wouldn't know the difference. So was it one medal is for the world championship for the overall, and then was the second one for the bench, or how did that work?
Yeah, the biggest bit. Yeah, that's it. The biggest bench in the world.
Biggest bench in the world. Wow.
So Wednesday. Yeah, so it's 190 kilos. I was willing to go to 200 kilo.
Yeah.
But only for my body being so tired, lad, I wasn't going to chance it. I didn't want to tear or pick off my bones or my or biceps or anything. So 190, I was ahead. The next fella failed 180. The rest of the guys were too far behind because they were all lifted the night before as well. And they were tired too. So 190 won it for me. So I was delighted with that. I was delighted. Yeah, so I've got the biggest bench in the world in 2021 in my category.
That's mad. And do you think that if you were to go back and compete either this time next year or maybe even sooner, would you go for the 200?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's on my cards to do the 200.
It's on the and is it? Sorry, no, go on.
And I want to pull 322.5 kilos. I want to beat the world record. The world record I was only 12 kilos short of a world record in the deadlift. My first attempt in the world. So I want to go back and see can I beat that.
Oh my God. And these are all in your category. Like you wouldn't be competing against. You wouldn't be competing against like whichever else. Because there's like whenever you type in powerlifting into Google, there's loads of different divisions and categories and everything. So
you have suits, you have multi-suits, you have raw, you have raw, you have classic raw, you have different age groups. It's just there's loads of categories out there, which is good. Yeah. Because when I did the strongman competition, I was in my 40s up against younger guys who had trained all their lives for it, So I was only training 3 months for strongman before I did a competition,
Mm-hmm.
And these guys are younger, they're more technique. So if I got into the master category, which I've taken on people my own age, which is good.
Yeah, exactly.
I would give the strongman a good go as well. Yeah. So
would you ever?
It makes them more look good. But then again,
Sorry, no, go on.
would I ever go back to it?
Yeah, I was about to say, would you ever go back to strongman?
Do you know what? Like, I think there's a few more records of me in powerlifting, so I'm gonna stick with it. I'm enjoying it.
Very good. And what else? So what's next now?
Even though my number.
Sorry, no, go on. Sorry, this delay is an awful thing, but sure, we'll keep going.
Yeah, no. What's next for me? Actually, 2020 is going to be a busy year.
Yeah.
So in February, the biggest bench in Ireland and the biggest deadlift in Ireland in master category, which is in my category again. I'm going to attempt that and see if I break 2 more Irish records there. Then I have the nationals again in March, which I'm going back to the platform to break all my old Irish records. Then I have the Pro V card. There's talks of me getting the Pro to be on the Pro card again in a master category as well. This which I like. I'm taking all the professionals around Europe. It'd be for cash in that one.
Yeah.
And then I haven't a European medal, so Hungary, I'm coming to you next September. I'm going to come and see can I get a medal there.
So you have a world medal and you have Irish medals, but you don't have a European medal. So you just want to tick the box.
I want to tick the box and take one of those.
God, that's gas. You're probably the only person who has that problem. A world medal, but not a European medal, and it's annoying you. It wouldn't annoy anyone else, but it would annoy you. You know? God, that's guys.
It's I've won national medal and 2 world medals, and I want the European medal to make it look nice, to make it sweet, make it sweet,
to complete the trio, almost the Holy Trinity.
Yeah. Yes, that's what it is. The trio.
Yeah.
The trio. I like to get
the 3. And that's what's on the cards for the next couple of months. And go back to, was it the pro cards you said? So how does that work? Sorry, go on.
So the pro card is all the lifters all around Europe and stuff have to have. So you get points every time you do a competition when you're a powerlifter. You get points on your overall score. So I got 770. So that's calculated into points. So you have to get so many points to get into the pro level. You know? So I think, so in the master category, I don't know if you have to be over 750 kgs in a total to get into the next level of the pros. So they won't just have anyone. They just have all pro guys at this. They'll have fellas from England, they'll have Italy, France, Russia, Poland, all fellas that have big numbers. So the way I look is all big numbers, but it's actually they do it over a point system. So I think I have enough points now to get into the pro level in the master category. So I'll be taking on all people around the world who have the same amount of points, and we'll be lashing it out on the platform for cash in the day. See who there's a cash prize, like to see who's the strongest again, and you get more points then again for that to go on to your next level. And it's all about points system with the pro. Yeah, there's a lot to it, lad. I'm still learning to this day. I'm only 11 months into it, and I'm still learning. So powerlifting is not just a thing where you just go in and pick a bar up off the ground and say, "That's it, I did that."
Yeah,
you have to go in and do certain numbers. You have to pull certain numbers and to get this amount of points, that amount of points, and all that kind of stuff. It's mad.
That's weird. And if you succeed at, which I'm sure, I mean, listen, I'm sure it'll be a walk in the park in your first pro event, but would you be professional after that, or is it work?
So the pro level is where all the sponsorship will come for. Where people will come in and sponsor you, and they'll know that you're good enough. Or equipment will be, you get free stuff for lifting. So you get, every time you go lifting, you'll have their logos on your chest. And so every events you go to around the world, you'll have something, you know. And you get some money back. Like I have to say, I'm with Irish Power Drink. They've supported me. They've supported me. You see, I throw up a lot of logos and stuff or pictures of them.
Yes, yeah.
And they have been really good to me, man. They give me slabs of drink, and they gave me some money towards my flight and everything to go towards, which is amazing. I think that I'm thankful for what they've done. You know, like they came to me. They came to me and asked me, could I go on board with them? Like, you know, they came to me. So I know I could go out there and ask, but I don't like asking, you know.
Yes,
and they came to me. I was just mind blown that I was mind blown that they did, and they're great. So that's what happens. So we go to the pro level. That's where people will sponsor you and take you on, and if you're good enough, then they'll help you with your supplements.
Yes, yeah.
And all that kind of stuff, and flights and accommodation, you know.
Yeah. So, and so when that happens and you compete in the pro events, does that rule other events out for you in the future, or do you know the kind of criteria of competitions you'll be competing in after that? Is that purely professional, or can you go back and compete in some amateur competitions or whatnot?
Yeah, I don't think you can compete in amateur competitions anymore. You know that you're at a high level. You know. Yeah. But then again, is the world's an amateur level? You know, that is the Europeans an amateur level, the nationals. They're the only ones I'm doing. You know, I'm doing big the big stage, if you want to call it. Like even the nationals. I remember I was watching the news there a couple of weeks back, and when the first marathons were back on again, you know, and they were interviewing this woman who had just after winning the medal, you know, and she goes, "I've trained all my life for a national medal." I'm looking above my mantelpiece. I have a national powerlifting medal hanging up there. And I'm like, this one has trained all her life. Is national medal that big?
Yeah.
You know?
And you've you've two world medals now. So you're after beating her to it. Jesus, yeah. God, look. It's a marvelous achievement. So you think with that,
to be honest, I would never go back to. I'm sticking to what I this category at this level at the moment. I wouldn't go up. I don't think it's fair if I went down to a lower level, man, because
of course
you're disheartening the guys that are training hard, you know. So I'm a world champion. I wouldn't do it to no one. I would go and support them if they were at a different level. I'll do the pros. I'll do the Europeans, and I do the national levels. That are the only things I would be interested in. And if there was a lower level on or whatever thing, I would go and watch them and cheer them on, because fair play to them for doing it. So it's a bit unfair if I came in and start throwing
around
again. These guys want to win medals too.
310 kilos. Yeah. That might be a bit. Yeah.
10.
If you did that in my gym anyway, they'd probably be like, come on, get out. But I don't know who would tell it to you. Someone probably would. Someone would probably get up the nerve to tell you to get out. But